Are you ready? Okay.
I really wanted to try something different. I've done a lot of different sports and I really like doing new things.
When I was looking at schools, I wanted to make sure they had some kind of pool facility or swimming program, and when I found out that BU had a synchronized swimming club that I could join, I was really excited.
At first it was really difficult to do everything, but you pick it up pretty quickly.
Through persistence and trials, they work on it and finally they get it. And that process of, I got it, now I can do it, is just amazing.
They're on the pool deck asking, can we do more? How do we learn to do that? How do we do higher lifts and better throws?
If you're in the water, there's a number of different techniques you can use to keep whatever part of your body that needs to be viewed above water. So if you're right side up with your lower half below the water, what we use is called an egg beater. It's a technique where you sit in kind of a chair position, your legs are bent, and you're doing a rotating motion. There's a lot of different other techniques, like sculling is what we do with our hands. There's a lot of different hand movements that can get you different directions, support different parts of your body depending on where your center of gravity is at the time.
I remember sculling was really hard for me in the very beginning.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of the aspects that's judged in this sport is the level of difficulty of the routines. One of the elements that you've seen us do in practice is a lift. It starts with one swimmer who's the base, and they sort of bend their legs and stand a few feet underwater with another swimmer who's in a compact tuck position standing on their shoulders. And then underneath each leg of the swimmer are 2 more swimmers.
The whole time you're counting in your head.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And when that count goes, after I've set up on Rebecca, I press up and jump as high as I can.
There's a degree of difficulty involved in that because the whole team has to work together. It has to all happen at the same time.
It requires a very significant amount of strength by everybody, including those who are being lifted.
There are 2 teams, an A team and a B team, and I'm the flyer, the person on top of the lift for the B team.
Danielle and Jenya are really great at teaching lifts because they'll work with me as the flyer and the group separately.
I want you to throw Ellen, but I don't want you to send her flying.
For this particular lift, I had never done something where my movement ended up with my head toward the team. And I was worried. I was like, what if I don't go far enough and then I land, on my base for Rebecca? And Danielle coached me through it, and she had me do different drills off the side of the pool. So that was a way that she reassured me that both I was capable of doing it and they were capable of getting me up in the air and getting me away from them so that no one was injured.
They really push us to do well. They really push the B team to do well and to not look like we're newbies.
Let's do it again.
They're kind of a yin and yang, so to speak. If the way one is explaining something doesn't work, they go to the other and she'll have a completely different way of looking at it. So they cover the gamut of methods.
Yes, it's a synchronized swimming and you teach the same skills, but because there is a performance factor and because we change the routines up every year, you always create a new product every year, so there is a creating part, and it's teaching the swimmers how to enjoy that process is what really drives me.
This is not a sport where you could skip your event and it wouldn't affect the team. You have to be where you have to be, otherwise the entire routine falls apart. I do think that every once in a while you will feel that you've hit something absolutely perfectly. You try and do it as much as possible. That's the goal. You try and get that consistently across the board, but it's very difficult. And the thing about synchro is that you may be aware that you're doing a really good job, but you also have to be aware of what your teammates are doing, and maybe their perfect piece was not corresponding with yours. So you have to try and coordinate with everyone at the same time. So a perfect swim is a goal that we all try to achieve, but good luck.